What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. This is episode 70. 70. Recorded on February 22nd, 2026, to get posted to podcast services on Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, to the usual spots: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and then YouTube. If you're listening to us on an audio only feed, you know who you are. You know who you are. Come on over to YouTube as well. You can check out full episodes. You can click around. Everything is time coded out. We try to send out some interesting segments also. Like and subscribe, however you choose to enjoy us. Thank you very, very much. You should check out the short last week when we had to shout out to mothers on Valentine's Day.
Shout out to your mother.
Shout out to mom.
Which these two made creepier than it was meant to be, but
I mean, you're the one that said it.
I did say it. That is a fact. All right. I am one of your hosts, Grayson Maxwell. Joining me as I do every week are the two men with sometimes the best beards in the business. Not all the time, but sometimes. The lovely Roger Stillier and Chris Bond. Gentlemen, how are we today?
How come you don't have a beard?
We've been over this.
Tell the people.
I can't. One day when I hit puberty, I'll be able to grow a beard. But
That's good. Good to know.
He's a late bloomer.
I think you should just start rocking a dirt stash.
I think you should.
I'll try. All right. I will start for the next 3 weeks. I will not do anything.
I have a cousin who's in a similar boat as you, and he just grew out his mustache. And yeah, I think you should definitely try that. And we'll see how it goes.
Or next episode, I'll just color it in with Sharpie, and I won't say anything and just start the episode.
Bold choices.
Interesting.
How are we this week, guys? What's going on?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Tell everyone how you had a rendezvous with everyone's favorite late night fast food joint.
I had some sweet
Taco
Bell
Bell,
after
baby.
hours last night.
There's
Yeah, it was
probably
good
nothing
stuff.
wrong with that decision. You're good.
No, it was great. It's great. Listen, that Crunch Wrap was clutch at the time.
When you got a bunch of alcohol swimming around your gut, crunch wraps,
Belly
beans,
full of Miller Lights
cheese,
and Jaeger bombs
and beans and cheese and rice and
Jaeger bombs are one of my weaknesses.
Dude,
I
look,
do love me a
look.
good Jaeger bomb.
I hadn't had a Jaeger bomb in a long time because, Christ, why would I? You know, but like my buddy, I thought he was kidding. My buddy was like, "Hey, I ordered some Jaeger bombs," and I'm like, "Shut up, dude!
And,
Like, I don't want that."
and here they
And then
came.
a couple minutes later, Jaeger bomb showed up, and I was just like, "Oh,
oh,
It's good.
boys, we have something to celebrate this week.
Do we?
is it Jaeger bomb related?"
No,
Oh,
Jaeger bombs be damned. That's a funny story.
okay.
I was getting gas on Saturday, and I was getting my mom a Coke, as she loves. She's addicted to Coke, and
Smart woman.
I ordered 2 hot dogs because Chris and I love hot dogs. I think I'm gonna get one for my buddy Chris.
Why are we ordering hot dogs?
And there's these 2 dudes were
I
looking
assume you're at Sheets.
sheets, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I saw this one guy kept looking at me, and he kept doing the chin nod, and I was like, I don't know who you are. So I was sitting there waiting for my hot dog. He came over and said, "Hey, I've seen your show."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yes, David and Mackenzie. Shout out to David and Mackenzie.
Yo, what up, David McKenzie?
They're students at West Liberty University. So.
Shout out to your moms as well.
Hey, what's up, Dave McKenzie's mom?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's
That's
just I met some listeners out in the wild, and it just doesn't happen very often.
Good.
But I was very
What did they tell you
excited.
about your movie opinions.
Look,
He's always right. He's correct on everything. I'm sure.
no, they didn't. I was like, oh, I'm glad you enjoyed
Yeah,
the
that's
show.
fine.
I said, I'm glad you guys enjoy the show. And then he's like, we do. You guys are funny sometimes.
No, I mean, that's
So
fair.
I'll take the sometimes.
That's fair.
I'll take it. So
Yeah, sometimes you talk, sometimes we talk. You know what I mean? I get it.
That's about as accurate as it can be when describing this show. It's funny sometimes.
So anyway, I just like to point that out. That was a nice little encounter I
Good
had.
stuff.
So yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Well, thank you.
Mhm,
Tell
mhm.
your friends.
Yeah. Tell somebody.
Look,
Tell somebody.
just tell enough people to where I can pay somebody to edit the show for
Oh
me,
God.
please.
Tell enough people so we can raise our listenership from 4 to 10, and we're 3 of them. So
It's sad, and we have to laugh or else
sad
we'll
but
cry.
true. Anyway, what else is going on this week? What about you, Chris? What's going on?
It's been a week. Possibly could be moving back into the employed status. So
Employment sphere.
yeah, excited about that. And
Good.
just been kid had a school program thing happen out in the Cleveland area, and it went really well. out of 13 teams for all the collected kids, they won, and they didn't mean to win. They didn't expect to win. So
Awesome.
now they have to go to states.
No,
So
no.
They're angry about it. They're so angry.
Which is in Cincy. So that's a month away now. But
Ooh, Cincy.
they were really excited. They worked really hard. They wrote a script. They did like a 6-minute segment for fine arts, and they had a great time. And they did a really good job.
And
so
they won.
super proud of them. Yeah, and yeah, it was really cool. So good for them. I got to spend time with the little one while the wife handled the trip out to the Cleveland area for that. So
Nice.
yeah, it's been a good week.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Good.
Glad that they won.
What else
Yeah.
did you guys watch?
Speaking of winning, the United States men's hockey team
Oh, yeah.
defeated Canada.
Yes,
Oh,
Canada.
morning.
What's up?
Defeated Canada this morning.
If there was ever a doubt,
I mean, there was very much a doubt for a long part of that game. Like, I would just like to note that's
USA.
first time since Miracle, baby. First time since '80 we
That's
took
amazing.
gold.
Jeez.
Good. I'm happy that happened. What else, guys? Anything before we move into the show proper?
No, this is the end of the Olympics today, though, so
Yeah,
that
it's
makes
sad.
me sad.
But
That means I won't be able just to randomly watch sports throughout the day.
yeah,
You
I had a
oddly-
good excuse. Yeah,
You oddly do like Olympics every
I
year.
love the Olympics. Well, like, look, I love what the Olympics is about.
Yeah.
Like
America.
Well, I mean, some less of that now than what in the past. But like, I think the Olympics is rad as hell
yeah,
because, like, the sports sphere that we live in the United States is so much smaller than like the global stuff.
yeah.
So it's like Norway is like the king of Winter Olympics.
Mhm.
Like, it's what they do.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I just think like the idea of biathlon as a sport where you ski and shoot, like the idea
It's
of that
wild.
is awesome to me. Because somebody's like, you know what we could do? We could shoot those targets. And somebody's like, what if we were also skiing?
I
And I'm
think it's
like-
probably like tied to like some tradition of like
Oh,
you
yeah.
know
Like,
living on the
1,000-year-old
living
thing.
on the mountains and
Yeah.
skiing and chasing down your kill. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I get
no,
it.
I get it. I think that's cool though.
Yeah,
And
no,
I still have convinced myself within 6 weeks I could be an Olympic level curler. Like, I'm sure of it at this point. Like, the more curling I've watched, I have no doubt.
oh yeah,
No doubt. None.
dang. All right, that's a
Like,
bold
top 5 in the world in 6 weeks.
man. So I mean,
Wow.
this is your version of Grayson could have survived the apocalypse.
No, because I could actually do what I'm talking about.
First of all, MFer, I can survive the apocalypse. All right, what else? Chris? One last thing before we start.
Nothing. I played a vampire game all week and built a castle. It's really cool.
There you go. Okay.
Oh no, I have something.
Oh.
So my mother is watching.
Shout out to Chris's mom.
Shout out to Chris's mom, who
who listens to this
who
show.
listens to the show weekly. She within the span of like 2 weeks has watched the entirety of My Hero Academia, all 7 seasons. She's on the 8th season now, and my phone has been exploding. I've talked more to my mom in the last 2 weeks than I have my entire adult life.
How many
It's-
episodes a season is that?
It's like 20. So there's 164 episodes in the entire show,
And there's 8 seasons.
and there's 8 seasons total.
So 20
Yeah,
ish.
20 a season. And
That's
she
2 weeks,
listen,
man. That's a lot. That's a
she
lot.
told me that she hated me
Oh.
at one point
Okay.
because of this, like, because it goes deep, and she's having the time of her life with it. She's gonna finish it today, and I know the whole way home I'm gonna talk to mom about My Hero, and I couldn't be happier about
That's
it.
awesome,
It's
dude.
super awesome. Yeah.
It's cool to connect with stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff that you never would have thought about connecting.
Yeah,
with.
real cool. She texted me. She's like, I can't believe I'm crying at 9:30 in the morning over a cartoon, and I was like,
Oh,
yep.
man, I just do
does
that
it for
anyway
you.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I stare blankly into the void for a while. And I'm like, man, I got to start my work day.
Yeah.
Just solitaire rolls out.
Puts the beer down, goes back to work.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of crying, I'm happy to say that Rental Family is on Hulu,
It is.
Okay.
and you guys should watch that.
I plan on it.
Yeah,
That's an
absolutely,
amazing
absolutely.
movie.
Before
God almighty.
Oscars, I want to try to.
I
catch
watched
that.
it again. I cried again. It's such a sad. Just your heart's about to be ripped out.
All right.
Oh, boy.
It's okay. I watched Hamlet this week, so
Yeah. Jeez.
God damn it!
it's
All right.
fine. Everything's fine.
Well, we're gonna talk about Hamnet in a little bit.
Everything is sunshine and puppy dogs. And
Yeah.
network.
I got
Sunshine
way better than
rainbows.
some people.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's start a show, gentlemen. How about
Yeah.
it? Once again, this is episode 70 of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you let's start as we always do. Let's take a look at the box office.
Episode
Talk about-
70 of an occasionally funny podcast.
Let's talk about-
Sometimes.
let's
funny.
talk about the BO.
We didn't even get like the elevated word of occasionally. We got the sometimes. So fair enough. All right, here we go.
Those
box
can mean
office.
the same thing.
They can. All right, GOAT number 1, 17 million for a worldwide of 102.
I'm surprised it was number one, but that's
Not
good.
so bad.
That's what we're talking about this week. I don't know if anybody. I don't think we said.
Oh,
we
we
didn't,
didn't know.
Because the one we were going to talk about wasn't available locally, so none of us
which
could
was
watch it.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it's only Handsome Glenn. He's not a huge superstar or anything, so it's fine.
Numero 2, Wuthering Heights, 14.2 for 151 worldwide. That's pretty good. Number 3, I Can Only Imagine 2, 8 million worldwide for 8 million worldwide. 8 million domestic for 8 million worldwide. Number 4, Crime 101, our movie of the week last week, for 5.8 million worldwide of 46. So it's picked up a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Crime 101's a good movie.
It's a good movie. So
Check it
I'm
out.
Glad to see
I'm
it.
not surprised that it has legs compared to what it made the first week, honestly,
I agree.
because it's going to word of mouth and stay relevant for a little bit longer.
So after we did the show last week, I went and started looking at what some other people were saying, and
Yeah.
everybody's kind of on the same page. Like, it's a pretty good movie, man. And
Listen, we have pretty good opinions sometimes.
we do
Sometimes. Thank you, David McKenzie. Thank you. Sometimes.
sometimes. No,
Shout out David McKenzie.
they did not say we have good opinions sometimes.
No, they said we're funny sometimes.
That's-
But I got like a tap on the shoulder when he said it. So
oh man, you got hit with the little guy. Hey,
Oh,
big guy.
man.
Hey big guy.
They call you sport?
You guys do a real good job.
You know, he's looking at his last Instagram live that hit 200,000 viewers. Yeah, okay.
all right. Let's talk about number 5. Send Help, 4.5 million for 83 million worldwide.
I
Not
also
too
like that
bad.
movie
Better
too.
than we thought that
Also
was
a
gonna
pretty good movie.
6 through 10, real quick. How to Make a Killing. Number 7, Epic, Elvis Presley in concert. Number 8, Solo Mio. Number 9, Zootopia 2. Number 10, Avatar. You're gone next week.
Zootopia 2 is still on the top 10.
Still
Oh,
1.84 billion. Let's
Well-
check in with Avatar. You let me down, James Cameron. 1.4. You deserve that.
Oh, yeah.
1.4.
Oh God, I can't believe it.
Well, we're not going to get the others. I don't
I
think.
wish I could.
so.
I do love now how they're like, this might not be enough to keep the other stuff going. I'm like, 1.4 billion wasn't enough to.
I wish
go,
I
like,
could shit blue and then make up 1.4 billion dollars because that's what that movie is. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to a trailer.
Yeah.
Thank you for imitating me, Roger. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So let's move on to a trailer. Let's talk about a trailer this week. What are we? Oh,
Bride.
The Bride, because we just talked about Frankenstein. So now let's talk about a movie that, I mean, The Bride of Frankenstein, though that's not the title, but a different take. Are you guys excited for this one with the reinvigorated look at Frankenstein?
Well, I mean, I think personally for me, anything that Christian Bale is attached to, like, at least has to chart on the radar for me at this point. And I think the trailer's pretty rad, so I'm here for it. I just hope it's good. Looks like there might be a dance scene. So
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you guys, like, is there like musical esque moments in this, like throughout, or is this all like going to be like
I don't know,
a
so,
single
like,
scene thing? You think?
I get Roaring '20s vibe from this. Like,
I think you're
legitimately.
supposed to.
So I think like they did weird stuff like that back then. Like, let's get together and choreograph this one dance scene. You know?
Oh God, they flash mobbed on purpose.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I think so.
Okay. All right. I mean,
But no, I do not believe it's a musical.
okay, good.
That would be a bold choice.
And then not tell anybody. I mean, the last time a movie did that, it worked out really well.
Also, didn't star Christian Bale though. So
I mean,
True. So this one, it's actually directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Jake's in it, but a host of other people. If you've not seen the trailer, which I'd be surprised, it's been on most movies so
just
far.
about everything.
But
lately.
Jesse
He was
Buckley,
not in my viewing.
No.
No. Not exactly
Weird.
the same.
Yeah.
demographic.
yeah, weird.
Jesse Buckley actually has top viewing on IMDb for this over Jake Gyllenhaal, Christian Bale, Annette Bening,
She
Penelope
should.
Cruz,
She's the title
He's the
character.
Well,
bride.
Peter Skarsgård. Who there's a host of people in this. I'm really excited for this to see what. Well, again, for me, this is going to be a difference between the studio and Netflix. You're going to see the stark difference, and this time, you can't say I don't remember it right because we just talked about it.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to see what they can do with it. I like Christian Bale. I've worked on 2 of his movies. He yelled at me on set.
Good.
I didn't deserve it. I didn't.
Sure, you didn't.
I was looking at him and he yelled at me. And he didn't. Well, no, he never yelled at me. I was yelled at to move because you're not allowed to look at Christian Bale when action is called. And I was staring at him because I was in like starstruck mode.
I'm gonna start doing that here on the show. Just Grace is gonna be looking at me like, "Stop it." Stop it.
I want to see the take they're going to do. I also got the Roaring Twenties vibe from this. I want to see how they take the lore because, of course, the Bride of Frankenstein is dead, not by her own choosing. So I want to see how they kind of manipulate that into it, and then she's resurrected. And of course, Frankenstein being a little different. Doesn't look like he's restricted in movement or the ability to think. It's just kind of different take on it. But I'm excited to see especially what a superstar like Christian Bale can do with the role.
I love that he's got the doofy Frankenstein.
Oh,
head.
yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Like the
Agreed.
stitching around it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, it makes his like his head. Yeah, his temple looks like elongated.
It does.
Yeah, I like that too.
It does. Yeah,
It's a
but
good
I'm
choice.
excited for it. I hope you're excited for it too, because that comes out here in a few
Well,
weeks.
I'm excited for the lead lady. Honestly, she's
Jesse Buckley.
So I think she's fantastic. I thought she's fantastic for a little while though, because she's one of the best parts of Chernobyl. She plays a very tragic role in Chernobyl. So
she's the pregnant lady, right?
Yeah, she does tragedy really well, and I think that's why she's been selected for a movie we're going to talk about here pretty soon. Yeah, like I think she's fantastic. I think she's such a good character with emotive like gestures. She's just very good. I think, and I'm happy to see her in more stuff now.
Get the big stuff, yeah. Working with big time,
100%.
She's really good about being emotive with like not being emotive. Like she's so good at like being broken as an actor. I was looking at some other stuff. I don't think I've noticed her in a lot of this. Chernobyl, of course, I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I couldn't remember some of the stuff that she's been in.
Wild Roses, recently. Right? I think she was.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Did you watch that Wild Rose?
Well, yeah.
2018. Okay. Yeah, I can't think of some of the stuff I've not seen, but I expect good things from her because she's giving us good stuff coming up.
Yeah,
so
she's very good.
Very excited. So that's I hope you're excited for that trailer. It's that movie because that's early March.
Oh, I mean, there's so much that I don't know. I'm excited for that movie too, but I don't know. I like the weirdness vibe of it, and I'm hoping there's gonna be some tragedy, some melancholy mixed in there too, because it's why I enjoyed Frankenstein so much from the Netflix version that we watched recently. So,
oh, good. I'm glad.
When's it come out?
March 6th, I think.
Yeah,
okay.
It's in like 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks. All right, let's switch gears one more time. Let's talk about a movie recommendation.
Well, one thing I don't think we talked about on the show. You might want to.
Right.
Well, two things now that I'm thinking about it, because I know what you just clicked into. Robert Duvall died this week.
95.
95. He was in so many movies.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Grayson had a laugh about his role as 4 Christmases as the divorced dad. When he's like, I mean to speak ill of your mother, boys. She's nothing but a common street whore. And he looks right at him and goes, I see you're taking a divorce real well, Dad. But I always think of him as
he's great
from Days of Thunder, as Harry from Days of Thunder. Like that's my biggest thing for Robert Duvall. I mean, but he's in so much stuff.
Yeah,
and he'd been acting for 70 years ish, something like that, which is a legendary run. So good.
I think for me, it's Phenomenon as the doc that treats George Malley. That's the movie I've probably seen the most. Another movie I watched recently randomly was Kicking and Screaming, and he's great as the
Will Ferrell soccer movie.
Yeah. It's on one of the streaming services. Why? But yeah, he's really funny, and he's good at everything he does. And of course, a Western, Roger, that you and I both really like is Open Range. And he's really good in that too. Gravitas is his middle name. Man, he brought it every time he was on screen. Yeah. So what else do you want to bring up? You have 2 things.
Oh well, I mean, we got the Oscars coming up. We'll do the reaction show, and we'll get together that night. And I don't know if we mentioned that to the people.
Oh yeah, we'll have some picks. We'll have some clear winners and losers for that night. So
Chris is the reigning champion.
Back to back.
I don't know how it's possible. We've only done it one time.
Back to back. I mean, we personally have done it a couple times.
That's not true.
That's a really good.
Anything happened before that never existed. Just throwing that out.
That's a really good point, Roger.
Personally, in our little circle, we've done it multiple times.
I've never been involved in anything previous to 1 year ago.
That's coming up in a few weeks as well. It'll be a fun night. A very fun night.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Always is.
We'll do our regular show as it's going on, and then we'll recap. And
Yep.
Well, we're gonna do like a predictions episode before that. We'll do like a where we all just kind of we'll go through the we'll say the category, and then we'll pick our winners, and then we'll submit them, and someone will keep them somewhere, and then we'll say who we'll go tally them up.
somewhere, you mean they'll lay on
They'll lay on this
right
table
there
for
on
a
that
week. Yeah,
table,
probably.
and
Yeah.
we come back the next week to
Yeah,
watch
close.
the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
Our sealed envelope.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, thanks, David and
Somebody
Mackenzie.
gets
Sometimes
slapped.
we're funny. We are funny. All right, let's talk about a
Slaps.
movie recommendation. Whoever's week it is, you have to do an animated movie. Is it my week?
Your week.
All right,
It's
let's
your
do
week.
it. I'm
It's your
down.
week.
We're
I'm
about
down.
on the fly this time. All right.
Well, I the
We
one I
never
was
brought it up pre-show, so
That's
like
true.
I realized
Yeah, yeah.
I figured maybe he just knew it was his week.
I was going to do, of course, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, another Sony Animations picture. I think you should watch this if you haven't. The movies are excellent.
Sure.
They are excellent. This what was this? 2018? I forget it was that long ago.
What's choice?
Why is that a bold choice?
I just feel like it's.
Excelente.
I feel like this is a grab at bracket superiority and for nothing else.
I mean, while
Well,
I
it is.
understand what you're saying, I also know why he picked it, though.
Yeah,
So
It makes sense thematically what we're talking about.
also, it whips so much ass.
It
does.
does. Yeah,
It
it really
does.
does.
I think it's one of the things that like changed Sony's trajectory in like Sony Animation too. It like brought them back as like a real player in that sphere again. It's
Oh, yeah, if it wasn't for that, we never would have got things like Mitchell's versus the Machine, and
Yeah,
which
it
is
was
another 10. It's
fantastic.
fantastic
Yeah,
that movie.
and
Jesus.
doesn't Sony, aren't they K-pop Demon Hunters?
They
Like,
are,
isn't
but
it
it
them
went
too?
for some reason they
Well, it's
wanted to
Netflix.
Netflix.
I mean, that's that's their decision to make.
I
but
honestly think that Netflix is the reason why that thing got as big as it did.
probably. I mean,
In-
that's
in-
probably
in the
true.
way
of
that
course,
it did,
of course.
honestly, yeah.
Well, it's available to way more people than it would have been theatrically.
Yeah.
Sure.
But again, though, like give them credit. Like that's a very good, well-made,
Mhm.
gorgeous movie. And the thing with Spider-Verse is when that movie came out, we had never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
And it has, 6 or 7 years ago now, and it's still like the standard bearer of what an animated movie can be.
Yeah.
Because it sounds hokey as hell when you say it, but it's like a comic book on screen.
Yeah.
Even with the pow and zap,
Mhm.
and it's incredible.
And Bagel.
Bagel.
And who's Nick Cage play? He's a Spider-Ham.
Spider
right?
Noir, right?
Spider Noir.
Spider Noir.
Lady Spider.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Spider. Okay, yeah. I like all those characters, but that was 2018. That was so long ago. I didn't realize how long ago that was.
I remember when on a previous venture of the show, before Chris was even involved,
that we've never done.
that we never talked about before. I remember, so like it came out around Christmas.
It was in December, yeah.
It was like the Christmas weekend. And I remember sitting there, like looking across the table, and I was like, so I think this might be one of the best movies that I've ever seen.
Mhm.
And like I wasn't kidding, and I didn't know how to like properly state that. It's like I wasn't nearly look,
also
what do you use quotations? I wasn't very good at this.
Yeah, yeah.
Still not very good at this.
You also had to process that because
Because like I was so not prepared for that at the
Yeah.
time, and I'm like, whoa,
Mhm.
oh shit, this is awesome.
I agree. And that's Phil Lord, right? And
Mhm.
Lord
Yeah.
Miller.
yeah, jeez.
Yeah, music in that movie is really good.
Yes.
Like the
It
sound
is.
design, really
Felt
good.
Danger.
Oh, dude, it's
As he's
amazing.
running across the face of the building.
Yep.
And like I love how they did a Spider-Man movie without they made like Miles Morales brought into the fold, and his dealing with other Spider-Man in their universes and how they stop threats from all the realities instead of just one reality. But that movie just works, and it works so well. And then they came out with a sequel and did it again, which is like so unheard of.
And we're
Didn't
still
happen
waiting
before,
for
but-
the third.
I know. I was about to ask, do we have any timeline on that yet?
27 is what it says.
Yeah.
All right, 27.
That's the
All
same
right.
same year as Frozen 3 though too.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Hey,
Dude,
listen,
those are behemoths to me.
so
man.
one can go make money, and one can be Spider-Verse and be fucking rad as hell.
That's fair, but okay. I'm glad everyone fondly remembers that because that's a hell of a movie. It's available right now on Netflix. If you have Netflix and Prime, if you have those, you can watch it.
I've probably watched that movie 30 times at
Yeah.
this point.
I wish my kids liked it more than they do because
You can't just put it on.
I would like it to go through rotation a little bit more, but it is what it
There
is.
was a time when it was on FX, like the year after it came out,
Mhm.
and any time it was on, it would just TV would
Stay
just
on.
get parked there.
Yeah.
Like yes,
Yep.
Thank God.
That's what. That's like that's Haley Steinfeld too as Gwen Stacy. Yeah, Brian Tyree Henry, Lily Tomlin, Mahershala Ali, Jake Johnson, and then Shamik Moore. Is he still the voice of
He's
Miles?
still Miles.
Yeah, he's so good too. What the voice stylings he brings. Zoe Kravitz, Nick Cage. It's Catherine Hahn. It's just that movie was so. I think about it all the time.
Chris
Schreiber.
Pine was Peter Parker.
That's right. Oscar Isaac, Greta Lee. It just goes on, man. It's just what a movie that was too. I'm so
Which
glad.
one do you guys think is better, the first one or the second one?
Second one. But my thing is like I like when heroes grow up and they're dealing with more and more adult things. Because in the second one, like it was his mom was in the forelight, wasn't she? That was the big deal with spending time with his mom, and then also doing Spider-Man things or Miles Morales things.
Well, his family in general.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the first one for me.
That's fair.
Just the sound design and the way that movie ends, man. It's the stakes are so high at that point. Like for Miles specifically, it's so good. Yeah, like it's got to be the first one for me.
And isn't there a rumor that we're not only getting? I heard all these rumors. I don't know if they're true. Garfield's getting a third Amazing Spider-Man movie by himself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Garfield the cat, and Chris was going to be super happy about it.
No, so Andrew Garfield's getting another. We're getting another one of those. We're getting another one of the MCU, and we're getting one that pulls, or the MCU movie might pull the animated Miles Morales into it, which I think would be rad as hell if they could somehow make that work. I just the possibilities are there. I just hope Marvel can tap into it.
So the one kid from Stranger Things is openly asking to be Miles Morales in live action. Like he was like, I want to do this.
Yep.
And build, looks, he's athletic.
I mean, I'm good at it.
Give him a shot, man.
Let it happen.
Give him a shot.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got. I'm just that movie's excellent.
Make it not suck. Like this isn't a knock on Sony, but it kind of is. Like you're allowed to do all the animated Spider-Man stuff by yourself. You are not allowed to make a live-action Spider-Man based film without Marvel having their fingers in it. Please don't do that anymore. Just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
because then we end up with shit like Madam Web. Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't. You got the stern dad. Don't do that. I've gotten that a few times from Roger. So, just saying. Anyway.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. So, I want to talk. I didn't tell you guys this. I want to talk about GOAT. Let's talk about. I want to open up the discussion to the Sony Animations world and how we're viewing that catalog of. We get the Mitchell vs. Machines that was made by Sony that went to Netflix.
Sure.
We have the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. We now have K-pop made by Sony again went to Netflix, and then we have GOAT, which. I think are that's an extremely great filmography. If you've made those, you should be very happy that you made those.
You forgot the ever iconic Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh, is that also Sony?
Those are also Sony.
Those are fun.
The first one's pretty good.
My oldest really liked those for a while.
I think the first one's really it's a good kids movie.
Yeah,
it's a good kids movie.
Also had a show run too for a little while.
It did on Netflix, was it?
I don't remember where it was at.
I didn't know that.
It did.
Okay,
I know. Unfortunately,
I'm not. And you know what?
I believe you. Yes.
You know what movies? Those series of movies are oddly, I think, good. Is Hotel Transylvania.
I'd say the first one's pretty good. I won't. I mean, I've seen the other couple ones, but I mean, what was it? Is it the fourth one?
Yeah,
the last one was not very good.
Well,
look, maybe that well's run dry. You know.
Yeah, when Dracula gets remarried, it's a little weird.
Oh, I don't disagree with you on that one, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Smurf stuff.
No, because he sucks.
Smurf's bad. Yeah.
But I also did like Peter Rabbit. Remember those live action, or like he's animated in the live action stuff?
No, I don't remember.
So with your question though, so like what exactly?
Is that not that one? What am I thinking?
I remember Hop with James Marsden.
No, that's not that one.
Okay.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit with
That's
with
the British guy
is the voice of the bunny, I think, and
I don't care.
Tom Hall Gleason's the guy, and he's
what's the one with the British guy? The one that's
what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought so.
Lame.
But I'm also not a fan of like the Angry Birds movies. I personally don't particularly care about them.
They made a shitload of money.
Oh yeah. Well, the game did too, so it makes sense.
That's still a thing. People still play that.
Oh yeah, people still play.
You guys
just like people still play Candy Crush.
Did you guys
My
like
wife still plays
Vivo?
Candy Crush.
Did you guys watch Vivo? I never watched.
I've seen Vivo.
Did you like it? I've not seen it.
What's Vivo?
I believe
It's an animated movie.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about it, but we didn't.
I've seen it. I believe I've talked about it with someone before. But yeah. Vivo's okay. My kids have put Vivo back on once or twice.
What's it about?
It's about a
Wait,
monkey.
Did we talk about it?
It's about a monkey.
Okay, I have seen it. I don't know.
That is his owner passes away, and then he goes on a journey with a new a new child owner, and ends up like connecting and bonding, trying to find his original owner from like the first time that he was like domesticated. It's actually kind of touching.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not great. It's not fantastic, but
It's watchable.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay. That's
On this list, the movies that K-pop isn't on there, and neither is Mitchell's. I wonder what we're missing there.
That was in a weird limbo for a while, so it's
maybe it's because they were strictly to Netflix.
directly and only two, maybe.
Well, they were made by though, and that's still
but I mean, maybe that's why they're not.
sure.
On the list
That makes sense. Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely know Mitchell's.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that K-pop is too.
Yeah, because there's a big debate and discussion over like why K-pop wasn't put forward instead of GOAT by them, and it's again, there's reasons for that, I'm sure, and there might have been licensing issues, there might have been agreements with actors and actresses too on like where it was going to go,
Contracts.
So so there's a lot of things that probably played into that part of the decision, but yeah, it definitely has. It's related to Sony in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, the one thing I will give Sony Animation at this point is they are not afraid to take a chance on a different kind of animation style, because like you can see like a lot of correlation through some of the stuff, and then you can see in GOAT, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, is GOAT is a blend of animation styles that is a little bit of everything together, and it's kind of blocky at times, kind of comic bookish, but not. So like
their animation feels very kinetic. It feels like when they do it.
Is it kinetic or frenetic?
I think either way, I'll take it.
Okay.
When they do the
that
action,
wasn't a joke, by the way. I meant that seriously.
No, I get you. When they do the action portions of this movie, it's it feels faster than other animation, right? Like
a lot of stuff happening in this movie.
When you think about like movies like Minions, or you think about or you think about Toy Stories, like it's all very fluid, but it's very it's very slow. It's very like predictable in motion. Whereas
there is a different pace.
Yeah. Whereas when you think about things like Into the Spider-Verse, when you think about this movie, when you think about GOAT and other things along those lines, Mitchell's Machines is another good one. There's a lot of like quick cut, like fast animation that is still clear. Like you don't have problems tracking everything still as you're on that ride. They're very good at that, and it's something that is unique to them so far, I think.
Well, I think one
K-pop's the same way.
One spinoff of that too is at any given time in the Sony movies, like there can be 5 or 6 different things happening on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of background stuff happening that may or may not be vital to what is happening directly that we're focused on, but is still happening.
They're definitely good at filling the screen, right? Yeah.
Like Spider-Verse is a
excellent
great
example
of that because again, to come back where it looks like a comic book, when you read a comic book, whether it's one panel on the page or 10, there is something happening. They are very rarely a black
the page is filled
box.
Yeah.
Like there's 100 things happening and it's all in color or all in some shade of whatever, and it's hard to bring that stuff on the screen, and Sony has done a really good job of being able to do that. Like with GOAT, which is it's a movie about basketball, and we'll dig a little bit deeper, but like the one thing I wasn't aware of with GOAT, I mean, I'd seen the trailer, like I was really impressed with how they did like the basketball courts themselves, how they all have like their own element.
They're like unique to their areas,
And there's one point in this movie, like they're basically playing on a volcano, which is like, it sounds dumb as hell, but then when you see it on screen, you're like, that's I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it looks really cool, and I give them credit for like, you don't have to do that, but they do it.
Yeah. Well, like I
Mitchell's the same way. Like at any given time, there's 100 things going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mitchell's is very good at that. Like there's when they're in they're in the dinosaur stop off, and there's like the whole store is filled. You have like families in different corners. You have the younger kid talking to the dinosaur to get the courage to what he wants to say, and like all this time you can look at the window and see robots coming at them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, like it isn't just, oh, they appear out of nowhere and then they're filling the frame, but it's like they let the whole story happen with like all this stuff happening around. It makes their animated world feel very alive, which I think is, again, one of the high points of what Sony has going on with their animation studio side right now.
I would agree. And thinking about what we're going to talk about in Goat shortly, that does match what you just said, like 100%. It does kind of go on that. And like, there's several different layers of thing happening too, and that's what I'm talking about in Goat. But yes, I would agree that Sony does a good job in animation. I mean, different than Disney, different than DreamWorks. But Roger hit the nail on the head, I think, when they are not afraid to take a chance on different animation styles, which I think is needed sometimes to push the medium forward.
Well,
Just to give people ideas and say, "Oh, we didn't think of that" or something. And
I mean, when you're not one of the big two, I think you kind of have to do that, though. In fairness, and which isn't a bad position to be in, right? It's, you when you're at the top, like looking at Disney and Pixar, like there's a standard that people expect from that, and whether it be storytelling, whether it be visually, whether it be what all these things that will have you, and there's more risk involved in going outside of the box at that point because there's an expectation of what people are going to get from your films. Whereas Sony, being one to two, maybe even three rungs, down that chain, they have the ability to kind of branch out a little bit more and take those risks because there's less expectation of the very top performing, but when they do strike something, it really does pay off, and it I think it has a bigger chance to explode, upwards and trajectory. K-pop is a really good example of that, where all of a sudden, like fire, man, that thing just exploded onto the scene, and you can take more risks when you think that way.
So I mean, yeah, the part of that too, and while I agree with what you said, I would argue though that Sony Animation, from their movie side, their animation studio is superior to their regular film studio at this point. I mean, because like Sony's current I'm not trying to like knock on Sony.
I don't disagree with you.
Their current track record for like non-animated stuff is not very good. They're not making a lot of money. I think they just do it to do it at some points, because like they do have some licensing. They still do have their fingers in the stuff like Spider-Man and stuff like that. But like, when was the last time a big movie that just come up under the Sony banner, not like the Columbia TriStar part? Like they just don't do a lot of their own in-house stuff anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And their animation studio, like the thing with that is like they do like one animated movie a year, which is a good, that means they can focus resources and make sure that they are well made and done. Because like you could say that K-pop is last year's movie.
Yeah.
And Goat is this year's movie. Whether you like it or hate it, a lot of work went into Goat. Visually, it is something to behold. Like we've never really seen anything like that before either, and they do a really good job at that. Now, I don't know if I would say though, when it comes to the animation studio, if they are multiple rungs below Disney and Pixar at this point, because and this is more of like how things have come back down, not them necessarily ascending up. If you take the best of Sony, which is, if you just put it into three things right now, okay? If you put it into Spider-Verse, Mitchell's, and K-pop, those three, besides some of the earlier Pixar's, like in the same time frame, those are every bit as well made and critically received as the best Pixar's we've had since like 2018, right? I don't think that's a far reach to say.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but here's the thing: if you ask 100 people, what are your top three animated studios? Sony's never going to be the number one. The first one.
Never. It's
You're
never
100% correct.
It's probably never even going to be mentioned.
And that's more what I mean. Well, I mean, they'll think of it as the third one, right? Because they'll say Disney, they'll say Universal, but like then Sony will come up. They're not at the like that top one or two spot on people's minds for animated studios yet, and that's because they need more wins like this that are bigger and that hit audiences, which I think might be another reason why they're okay with like their Netflix releases.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Because while they may make more money releasing in theaters with their hits like K-pop, at the same time, they want people to think about their studio when they're releasing something, and what better way than to make sure that if it comes out and if it is a hit, that it's going to be in like 300 million people's homes.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Netflix a lot,
Mhm.
and whether this would have translated to a bunch of money for Netflix or Sony or however they draw that up,
Yeah,
is the one thing that K-pop did for sure was like everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Mhm.
Like there is not anybody anybody inside like
there's
this-
no sphere that
Yeah,
you can talk
everybody
to.
knows
Yeah,
what K-pop Demon Hunters
Yeah.
is. And if this was a movie that came out at like the end of September
Mhm.
to $7 million, it would have died there.
Yeah.
And they put it on Netflix, and in 2 weeks, it was the biggest thing that they've ever done.
It was the biggest thing being talked about anywhere.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to count for something, right? Like it has to
Of
count
course
for
it does.
something.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
So, and like, here's the thing: it will probably win the Oscar for Best Animated. Like, I would be hard pressed to say that. I mean, I will not guarantee it that 100% that it will, but it's got a really good chance to
Yeah.
be there, and I think it's definitely going to win for Best Original Song.
So I don't know if they're going to let it win Best Original Song because of the fact that like it is the Netflix movie one. I don't know what to see because I'm not saying it, but there's a chance that the Oscars can be a little pretentious with some categories and some subjects. And it might be the catchy poppy golden song won't be the one that they let win a winner over the other ones.
Or the song will win and K-pop won't for Best Animated.
I
That
mean,
would be a big slap
that-
in the fucking
that-
face.
yeah, but
What's
I
more
mean,
important than Netflix, though? That's what
I'm not gonna be shocked if
I
it
don't.
happens.
If
No,
I'm
nor would I.
Netflix, I'm happy with if I get nothing, I've got all the accolades.
Oh, yeah.
Like the spotlight has been shown down.
Yeah,
Whether we win Best Picture or not, only one movie can do that.
Yeah,
You know.
Best Picture's one thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The Best Animated to only win. Like that's big. Besides, I know for a fact that they made so much more money off that song than
Oh,
they
yeah.
ever did of those Netflix views, buddy. Because good lord. I had one other thing I was going to say, but now I forgot about it.
I may have
That's
been
okay.
shocked. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, I mean, it's
We'll circle back at the end.
that's the
of show.
thing. I mean, okay, so listen, K-pop, Zootopia 2, Little Emily or the Character of Rain, Aru Elio, In Your Dreams, Mahavatar Narishma. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So some of those might not be available, but it might not be. But like of that list, the only one I think has got a shot, and I haven't seen Little Amelia and the Character of Rain. I would say is Zootopia, and I don't think Zootopia has the gas.
I think Zootopia's a fine movie.
It's a
I don't
fine
think
movie.
it's as
Yeah.
good as K-pop though.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still writing in Demon Slayer on my card, but it is what it is.
I mean, that's a weird thing. That wasn't nominated. I don't know why that wasn't nominated, but we'll see when our Oscars are not far behind. So
True.
They're right around the corner.
Yeah.
They're right around the corner.
I think in the end, Sony's animation studio is when they make something, it's worth checking out 100%. Like whether it's in theaters or if it's on whatever streaming platform they struck a deal with. I think Sony, they're at least that animation studio. They're trying original works. They are taking care of things that are established works like Spider-Man, and they are making their own good, unique content. And I think that's those three things are worth backing a studio for as long as they continue to do so. Because taking care of the fans for things that you have your hands into is big, but also making stuff that people love. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? So right now they're doing good, and they've been doing good for a little while.
I mean, give them credit too. They have multiple Oscars under their belt too.
Mhm.
They got the one. They got the one for Spider-Man or
Yeah.
Spider-Verse, the first one, not the second one somehow. But
Yeah,
Mitchell's vs. Machine got one.
Yep.
So I mean, like that is
that's not a bad record.
no that should be enough for anybody who is like, I've never seen these movies to at least take a look, man. There's a reason they win awards for being considered the best in their genre.
We were talking about directors, and a director had 3 movies, and 2 of them were Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
He'd be a must-see director
Yeah,
for a
you'd be
while.
like,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
oh yeah, well, check us out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
100%.
every time a movie came out and he's attached to it, you're gonna be like, or they are attached to it.
Yeah.
Could be lady.
Could be.
Catherine Bigelow, looking at you.
Chloe Zhao, looking at you.
Chloe Zhao.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking about that here.
Yeah.
We'll see how we feel about Chloe Zhao because
Yeah.
I have strong opinions on her.
Yeah. I'm mad at that woman. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, that's the thing is like we still in this world still deal with people that don't think animation is a legit art and that you can't tell a good story that way.
I'll fight.
And like, well, like, look, I will just lay it out there. If you feel that way, like, we can't be friends.
I just
Like, we cannot have a serious movie discussion ever.
Yeah.
If you don't think animation can be the best.
I just talked about my mom calling me in tears because of a 20-minute episode,
whether
animated
it's
show.
a movie or a TV show, like it is just another way to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever medium you choose, be the best at it. And they're very good. They're very, very good. And, I remember what I was going to say. Aren't they working on another Mitchell's movie?
I hope so.
Like,
I hope so.
I thought I read that.
I hope so.
Because like I wasn't a big fan of Mitchell's Machine at first, and like it really grew on me.
Yeah.
Because it's very good.
It is
very, very good.
It was the first real sign of that quick hitting animation working really well. Because like I think that was the first one that was really noteworthy of a good movie attached to that they had. I was very happy with it.
I would love to see another Mitchell's vs. Machines. I would love it if the same principles were there. I'm down for it. I get if Sony's making it, I understand where there might be pitfalls there, but Netflix, I understand. Netflix would love it.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, they would love it for the content. But I think that movie was fantastic. I would love another one. It's interesting you bring that up, Roger, about the animation sphere and what Sony can do for it, and recognizing if you're going to do it, be the best in your lane, and they've made a real go at that lately.
Well, I think too, though, like that I think the way that they're doing things, it's like think about when Pixar was at its peak, and this is not saying that Pixar
it's fallen,
but it has. So
well, here's the thing, it used to be the biggest and brightest. Mm-hmm. Now it's still very big and still very bright. But the shine is not always all there. And like, look, it's really hard to make 50 great movies in a row. Yeah. It's really fucking hard.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, look, for a long time, they made like 8 or 9 bangers in a row. And like, dude, congrats on that. But with Sony only doing like one movie a year, that means they can put everything into it. You can have the full writing team. You don't have to, you don't have the same in-house studio doing 2 projects at the same time. And Mitchell's vs. Machine is greenlit and starts production this year. So I just checked it
also,
out.
Never forget Disney had Little Mermaid in 89, Beauty and the Beast 91,
Aladdin
92, The Lion King 94. Like what a spectacular run.
Yeah.
That's a 5-year run. Well, 89. So let's just say 87 they started. So from 87 to 94 when Lion King came out, that's a 7-year span and 4 of the best animated movies
ever
on any top 10 list. I would be amazed if they weren't on any top 10. Yeah. Like that, it was once Disney's caliber, and they have since. So has. I mean, I'm not gonna say that like Sony Animation doesn't have misses too. They all do. It's just I'm just. As we move into GOAT, I'm a guy. Recently, I've been doing this a lot. It used to be when I was a teenager, when I really started working in a movie theater, there wasn't one movie I wasn't excited to watch. It just didn't happen. Oh no, that one with Mila Jovovich, she had a sword in the Ultraviolet. The only movie I've never really, I left it. The only movie I've ever left is, geez, it was awful. But I was not excited for GOAT. And when we were talking about, when I said on Friday, I was like, guys, don't know if you've noticed, but movie's not playing locally. Then we audibled to GOAT. I was not excited for it, but when I watched it, I came out pleasantly surprised of how much I enjoyed it. I mean, the quality may or may not be there, and we'll talk about that here in a minute or two, but I thought it was every bit as I remembered, having the same qualities as Mitchell's vs. the Machines, as the Spider-Verse films. It was fun. It moved. Characters I thought were funny. I laughed. I pointed at the screen. I thought it was at moments very heartfelt. It's a really well put together.
Those are
movie.
those are good closing statements for GOAT when we talk about it. So just hang on to that and repeat that later on.
But this movie surprised me, and that's what I will say. As we go. Do you guys have anything to say before we go into GOAT?
No, I think, unless you got anything, I think you roll right in. Let's talk about GOAT.
Yeah, let's do that. Good show, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
Is he serious?
Just go.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about some numbers. Well, let's talk about the GOAT. If I told you, Roger, that the tomato meter was 81 and the popcorn meter was 93, would you believe me?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it's once you've seen this movie, you'd understand those numbers. Maybe going into it, you might not, but after you've seen it, it'd be hard pressed for you not to really kind of get that. And the Metacritic kind of letter sitting into 60, but I think a 70 is a must see. So it's only 10 points less than a 70. So knowing that, let's go into it. And while Chris is stepped out for a second, Roger, what's your first opinion on this?
So one thing I'll say about GOAT is just a broad statement. I think GOAT's a decent movie. Okay. The one thing I will say about it is a unique movie. It is a little bit where it takes a lot of stuff we've seen before from Sony. It very much has its own world, very much has its own feel, to where it's not quite Mitchell's vs. Machine. It's not quite Spider-Man. So there's like a blend there, and I bet it can be jarring for folks because the animation style, it is almost like stop motion at some points, the way that they do stuff, where it also leads into the Spider-Verse thing where it's like comic book panel. But I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of stuff happening in GOAT for what is really a simple movie. So where you love it or hate it, I don't know.
I thought it was, if you ask me, GOAT is, Space Jam meets Into the Spider-Verse, and you mash it together and you get GOAT. That's kind of what I see it as
With animals.
With anthropomorphic, characters. Chris, first thoughts.
Okay, so first thoughts or count us in?
First thoughts and then count us in.
First thoughts. When the movie ended, my first thoughts on it was man, my kid had a good time with this.
That's good.
That's great.
I took my youngest. She's turning 8 here real soon. We got to see it on the big screen. She got to put the heated seats on, and she was laughing she laughed at this thing so much, and she had a good time. She was wowed by it, so she had a great time with this movie, and I think that's a win. But like first and foremost for the movie. So good job. You entertained my kid, and she had a great goddamn time. So that's cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah. All right, I'll count us in.
Come on, Chris.
All right.
Come on,
All right, here
baby.
we go. All right, so we're talking about GOAT 2026 animated movie by Sony. And what we thought, thumbs up or thumbs down in 3, 2, 1.
I don't even want to know. I'm not looking. Oh, geez, Chris. All right. What?
Chris,
let's hear it. Let's hear
have
it.
the floor.
So, as the dissenting opinion, I will defend myself.
Look, I'm not going to attack you. I just want to know why.
So I feel like this movie, you mentioned Mitchell's and Machines, we've mentioned Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is a hollow husk of what those movies are with good animation, is what it is, in my opinion. I think that you cannot say GOAT is on the same level as either of those movies, first off. And
I won't argue that.
And I think that the movie does, it's not smoke and mirrors, that seems deceptive, but I think the movie really heavily relies on the fact that it is in this anthropomorphic animal universe, and the fact that it's got really good action in it, and everything else just gets kind of swept under the rug. I think this movie is weak story-wise. The premise is good. The whole, respecting and believing in your roots.
If you work hard and try hard, you can be rewarded.
Yeah, those subjects are great, and at the heart of this movie, that's where it's trying to live. But this movie is all over the place when it comes to it's delivered the story. The movie just happens. It's very choppy. It's very boom, 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 and there's no build up of characters and leading in. Every character is predictable. Every character you've seen in every other movie before. Everything that happens between Will and between Jet. It's all predictable. You've seen it in every movie with a rookie and a veteran who's on their way out. This movie is not unique in any way, shape, or form besides the fact of the universe that they put us in and the fact that it's got some really cool basketball action in it. Like Space Jam needed this. The Space Jam 2 that we got needed this kind of basketball in it, man. Space Jam 2 has this in it. like that movie would have been talked about. Instead, it got burnt to the ground, and I don't think this movie.
Rightfully so. Because,
This
I mean,
movie,
stinks.
this movie is good if you just want the basketball action. Other than that, I think this is just an average movie at best.
Okay.
Well, I will say that I agree with you on at least one aspect is it does seem like we're going back to like the 2000 to 2008 or 9 where those animated films were all over the place story-wise, tonally. It was just this, and then it just nonstop. Because I think for a while that's what I think studios wanted or thought people liked was like the silly. But this like it takes it silliness down a notch, but also you're right, it is all over the place. But that's I think part of its charm in a way. And let me just hold on. So if I told you a year from now we're going to be watching an animated movie, and here's a description: a small goat with big dreams gets a once in a lifetime shot to join the pros and play Roarball, a high school intensity co-ed full contact sport dominated by the fastest, fiercest animals in the world. You'd have looked at me like I was nuts.
I mean, here's the thing. I've seen the movie. It is kind of nuts.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, so this movie has charm. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't hate this movie. I as the 37-year-old, watching this movie, who likes animated stuff. It's not like I don't like. I'm not curmudgeon-y about animated stuff. That's not me. I just found myself like really watching this and going, if this wasn't animated, I would burn this to the ground. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fair.
So it's like again, my kid had a great time. That's and that's what it needed to be. Cool, man. But like critically, this movie is nothing I'm gonna write home about, unfortunately.
I think where I stand with it's not really too far off from you. I just don't hold it as a complete negative of the movie.
Yeah.
It's going to sound weird when I say this, but you guys understand it, and I'll explain myself a little better. The story is the weakest part of this movie, right?
Yeah.
Like the idea of like if you work hard and you do everything you're supposed to do and you get a lucky break sometimes, like it can lead to big things. Like that's a good story to tell for kids.
Yeah.
A good story to tell for families. This movie, though, well, it has like that is its core, right? You trained your whole life for something. You finally got your chance. You made your chance count. And, with teamwork, you work together and you won the big game.
Yeah.
That's a great story for children. As an adult, I see that far more cynically, but that's me personally.
Yeah.
But the part of that is like, while the animation is beautiful, like it doesn't make up for the fact that the characters are very weak. They are all tropey in some way. And like, look, I don't expect a movie that's a family movie, heavily leaning towards kids about basketball to not have some tropey stuff in it. Like that would be asinine of me to think that wasn't going to be a thing.
Yeah, true. I agree.
They lean so heavily on it for the characters in this. Like everybody's got their part, but I understand it's supposed to be a basketball team.
Yeah.
So, but even to the point where like they don't like the superstar because she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
But like that's true though.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you ever been around somebody who's super really good at what they do and like they're not super great with everybody else? Like we've seen that in every workplace we've ever worked in.
Yeah, Grayson. Are you talking on a podcast with a guy who thinks he's the domineering force of the podcast? Thinks he's the funniest guy in the room at all times? It's fucking taxing.
In my defense, it's not all the time for me.
It's sometimes. Thanks, David McKenzie.
But it's like, I mean, we've seen this in basically every sports movie ever. Like, there's nothing really original here, which kind of hurts because like we know they can do original stuff.
Yeah.
But the original part of this movie, I would argue, is the basketball.
Yeah. The originality lives in the basketball and in the world they made. Which
great.
Yeah.
Roarball.
Roarball. Yeah.
What did roar stand for? I don't remember, like something outdoor
animal. Yes. Okay. Whatever.
But like that's the thing is like where the story excels is each one of these cities has their own distinct and unique, basketball arena and Roarball arena, and like that's really cool. But it can't carry the story enough because when we see a lot of that though, we see it in like short bursts.
Yes.
Like
I want more. Honestly,
I would say I understand why you think you
Yeah.
might want more, but this movie's not overly long. It comes in like 100 minutes,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
great
Which
for a
is-
kids movie.
Yeah.
But if you go to expand stuff like
Yeah.
that, you're getting too long for little kids.
Yeah.
Because like this is one of the ones that I understand is more geared towards children.
Mhm.
You know, and that's fine. Because like they're gonna be like, oh, the basketball part, the roarball part was
Roarball.
really, really cool.
Oh yeah.
And like that's all they're gonna care about. Because
Yeah.
like, look, it is cool.
Mhm.
It does look good.
It does,
Just
yeah.
The story's not very good. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, the stories.
fine.
Here's the problem with this, and after I want to say this, I want to get into the cast. Is it gets?
Mhm.
I think the story's weakest part is it keeps moving away from the main character,
Oh yeah.
which he was the. I mean, that's who we follow. That's who we need to stay with, and that's
Yeah,
not the case.
It's odd in
Whose movie is this?
it's odd in a kids movie that we don't stay with Will with like throughout like the majority of it. We definitely do go between him and Jet and the weird side stuff with a couple of other characters, and it's like it wouldn't be as weird if it wasn't a kids movie, but for some reason like it's like think about the Lion King, the movies we mentioned earlier. How much we stick with like the character, or in some cases too, like they're really intertwined with like the main character of like one person, and like this one doesn't do that. So it's almost like they were telling as much of a story about Jet as Will at some
At
points.
points, it was almost more about Jet overcoming what she was dealing with, and
Yeah.
so.
But I mean, I have no problem with that because I think Jet represents a part of the audience that's going to watch this. Because Will's, he's doing his thing, he's coming up, but like Jet's already made it, and it's like take the WNBA for a moment. Like it's something that is very recently come into more and more of the spotlight.
It's more popular than ever right now.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like this is a good chance for them to kind of put that foot forward here and let Jet be a strong female character instead of it could have easily not been Jet, it could have been Jim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
dude.
yeah, but like they went with like mixing up like the whole cast being male or female
It's
the whole
co-ed.
time, and I think that was really cool. Like I wasn't ready for that. I didn't think about that at all until it was on screen. I was like, oh, okay, this is
Well,
cool.
I think part of that too, and I don't think it's supposed to be some sort of gotcha, but you always just assume that Jet's a dude until you find out that
Yeah.
Jet is not.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change anything, but it's kind of like, didn't see that,
Mhm.
because like we're so used to like the sportsy
Well,
trope of.
That's what we're used to.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what,
yeah.
right. Like we're used to the trope. We're used to the world that we live in. Is he's got a picture of Jet up on the wall. Like
Mhm.
he's a favorite,
Yeah.
favorite player. You just automatically assume like
Yeah,
that's a basketball
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It's not.
yeah.
I
That's
mean,
it. Like,
absolutely basketball player.
yeah, you're thinking that that's his LeBron James, not his Angel Reese.
Right,
You know what I mean? Is what you're thinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Before we jump
Angel
into it
Reese
again,
was who she was, Jet, brother.
I don't disagree with you.
Caleb McLaughlin as Will, Gabrielle Union as Jet, Stephen Curry as Lenny, Stephen Curry as Lenny, Aaron Pierre as this is my favorite name in the movie, main attraction because
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, love it. Nicola Coughlin, Olivia,
Good
and
name.
David Harbour, Archie Everhart, like
Rhino,
he's great too. And we get Jennifer Lewis, Jelly Rolls, and Jennifer Hudson, Wayne Knight. It's a great cast. It's really kind of a diverse, and I didn't expect to see some of these people cast. Patton Oswalt.
It's a good voice.
It is
Yeah.
very good voice cast, and
I love that every name in this, every name is a play on words for like what animal they are. Like I was listening just for names at that point, so it was effective on their part.
They did a good job.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I think, let me ask you: does this movie work as a live action adaptation?
No, we get Space Jam 2.
Fair. Okay. I want to ask the question because that was on my
Well, I
mind.
mean, so
I
like-
tried to make it work in my mind.
Well, I mean, if they do it as live action and they have a whole bunch of animated animals, you're so close to just being in this movie anyway.
No.
Why not?
We're
just
not
go the rest of the way?
anthropomorphizing. But I guess then you lose
Well,
the
that's a
whole.
different thing.
but
man.
then-
Yeah, that's just a basketball movie.
Fair. Yeah, you're right.
It's not roarball anymore.
Yeah,
bud.
now we're watching Like Mike.
Air Bud.
Goddamn right, Air Bud.
Goddamn right. There's another Air Bud movie coming too. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Good.
So that's. Well, let's go into it then.
Yeah.
Because I don't. What kept happening.
Like,
and I-
have we gone over ratings or anything yet for this?
numbers we did. You stepped out.
Okay, gotcha.
You stepped out. What I kept returning to in my mind is Why do we keep moving away from Will? He's the story here. We need to stay with Will. Why do we keep going to Jet? If we were going to continually stay with Jet, we should have done it within Will's orbit of reason for Jet being in the story.
I think I have an idea why.
What's that?
And this just dawned on me. Because what if it's not Will's story? Maybe Will's just a character in this story. Maybe the story is the basketball team.
Rollerball.
Team. Because if you look at it as it's the story of the town and their team, then it makes more sense. Where Will is absolutely one of the stars.
Yeah.
Jet is one of the stars. But they make it a point to highlight everybody else on this team. You know, it's not supposed to be a one-man show. It's supposed to be a team. Maybe that's why it's that way.
Maybe. I mean, you could be right, but I think that also, I actually think that I was surprised that Will doesn't do more in the movie. Will becomes this vessel on how to get us through the story of him not being trusted or not being relied upon by the rest of the team, especially Jet. Like, I don't. If this was any other animated movie, Will would have not been as good at the very beginning as he was, and then he would have gotten his shot, and got on the team, and then ended up, carrying the team to victories along the way. Instead of, he pretty much does stay as a very minor support character and support teammate in this movie once he gets on the team.
Yeah, he only really, he does some good stuff rollerball wise.
Yeah.
But it's the last game where that's when he scores a bunch of points.
Yeah.
Because Jet was hurt.
Yeah. So. And even then, he's not scoring a bunch of points. He's playing the position of, I feel like this is more of a story of someone who isn't usually given a shot, who's given that shot, and then they don't tell the cliche story of he's just as good as everyone else on there. He finds a way to be useful and be the most possible use for the team because he cares about the team as much as he cares about Jet and the players.
Yeah, he doesn't care about how many points he scores. He cares about winning the championship.
Yeah, because again, it's about where they're from and about the team being a part of roots run deep kind of deal.
That's a thing that is part of the story here. They keep using their town motto, like the rollerball team is the Thorns, and they use plant thing. They play in the jungle, and it's the roots run deep, and that's kind of why I think though maybe it is supposed to be the team is the character itself.
Yeah, but we're with Will for so long at the beginning.
I love Moto the dragon.
Oh, Moto's that cliche weird ass character that
look. He's the one middle European guy that just smokes cigarettes on the sidelines and then just balls out.
Yeah, I mean,
then gambles a lot.
Yeah.
And they play Uno, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, which the Uno trope was funny, even in the movie and stuff. But that's kind of my point, though. He's a cliche character. They're all cliched characters. They are, and again, it's why the movie critic watching me watching this movie is rolling my eyes as I'm watching it. Even the
I have no problem with that either, by the way.
The hog lady being the dirty money grubbing manager and stuff. It's
shitty warthog.
Everything that happens throughout. It's the things that they didn't trope out on, which I really actually appreciated, was the fact that they aren't at odds with the predator animals and the prey animals.
Okay, sure.
I really appreciated that. Harmony. That didn't even come up in this movie. Which, besides Jet saying that she was going to eat him, telling the pig lady to look away, I'm going to eat him before that happens, which is funny. But we don't go down that story route of that would have been very easy to explore of the predator animals are doing something to the prey animals, or they treat them differently. They don't, besides the fact they're not big enough to play. That makes sense for a physical sport kind of deal. So I don't
besmirch it for that. The same size as a.
It just isn't, but it's not too much. It's not too much smaller than an ostrich, but I won't get into that. It's one of those things where the movie could have easily went down that route, and it didn't. I appreciated that, which is cool.
The route that it didn't take, which I'm glad it didn't, because it's something we've seen 100 times in these type of movies. When Will makes the team, he doesn't abandon his friends.
Oh yeah.
He's look, we've seen that so many times.
Movies about roots, about where you're from.
Yeah, right.
Not forget
because like we've seen him, like he's got a little bit of money, like he's been
Yeah.
poor his whole life. He
Yeah.
lost his family, and he's got his friends, and like this guy stays loyal to his friends and to the diner where he basically grew up, and like that is a good part of a story that I don't think that they lean on enough until you get Jet there, and then like she sees what this team actually means to them, and I think that's the better part of the movie here, because like I can't argue with the fact that this movie is over the top with tropes and the story is weak. It just is, but there is a good family related story to tell here.
Yeah.
And like, look, so what? This movie's not as good as Mitchell's vs. the Machine or Spider-Verse. Of course it's not.
Oh, yeah,
like, that bar is so high.
No, agreed. Yeah.
This is a fine kids movie, though.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that's what makes it okay for me, is because like the one thing that they do well is like the roar ball is cool.
It is, yeah.
Like they do everything. I have no idea what the rules are.
I want more roar ball.
Yeah, I don't know any idea what the rules are in roar ball. Like you can just
after watching a movie about it.
You can basically tombstone pile drive some dude off the rocks, and it's not even a foul.
I wanted to hear Undertaker's theme come on at some point. I was ready to see like a WWE reference in this movie. Honestly,
like they don't do that, but like call fouls at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean,
I don't really need more rules. It's just those are dumb things as a sports guy that I think about.
No, I get it.
Like, bro, that's a flagrant 2. She should be ejected.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, there isn't a single free throw.
Stomps on her knee, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's not a single free throw in this whole movie.
No.
It doesn't happen. It's very much
barely any shooting.
True. It's all
it's dunks, dude. They play NBA Jam.
Yeah. They do.
From half court.
You're right. Yeah.
He's on fire.
It's like NFL Blitz mixed with NBA Jam is what it ends up being.
So I remember when you were Bill Clinton leaving from half court on fire. Yeah, you remember. We all remember that.
There's a section of audience that has no idea what we're talking about now.
I know what we're talking about. I played NBA Jam yesterday.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. At a barcade, I hope. Yeah, you go.
Right.
Hell yeah.
He's heating up. He's on fire.
Like, look, dude, I love those games.
Oh yeah, same.
It's so. Every single character in this is a trope in itself. Will is maybe the tropiest trope in existence.
He's every good guy rookie that you've seen in every movie.
Well, I mean, he's more tropey if you consider other things, but it's all trope. And so is Jet. So is the coach. So is
the owner.
Everyone in the diner, the friends. Like every single person is a trope upon a trope upon a trope upon a trope. But like I feel like it's less egregious in a movie like this than it would be in a movie like a Disney sports film like Miracle or like Remember the Titans. Sure.
I mean, Angels in the Outfield.
There you go.
I don't know. I mean, this movie has what problems I have with it. But again, my kid loved it, and like I don't know.
That's great though.
When polar bear comes down and does the icebreaker and the whole court turns into broken water, she in the theater went, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yeah, yeah,
hell yeah, brother,
yeah,
$20, baby, yeah,
100%,
yeah."
So
that's what makes these things good, though, because I mean, you took your kids to this movie. She had a great time.
Yeah,
like I didn't take my kid to this movie. But like, if I would have and she had a great time, like I would consider that a win.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Look, maybe we're overanalyzing a kids movie, which is something we've done 100 times on this show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is what we do. But I'm also not trying to judge a movie harshly, and you didn't judge it harshly.
Yeah,
so this is not what I mean.
I get it.
This movie is fine. The thing is, though, it's never really ever better than fine.
Yeah.
And like fine is as high up as it can be because it'll never be great.
Yeah.
Rewatchability is probably there for kids. It's probably not there for me. I mean, I might watch it one more time whenever it hits Netflix because eventually it will.
I mean,
and I can check out the Roarball song.
I mean, you walk through your house, you go past your TV, it's in your peripherals, and Roarball's on. You know what I mean? You're stopping and you're watching that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
if it's the part where he's sleeping in a garage,
probably not.
Probably not going to watch that part.
Yeah.
But actually, we never talk about how his friend lives in squalor.
Both of them. Yeah.
Like living just stacks of garbage in the bedroom. Yeah, but I mean and it makes you can do those kind of things. You can get away with it because it's not exactly that bad.
I also find it hilarious that he actually eats cans as a goat.
Yep.
That I laughed at. Because like when he bites into because when he bite on the plane,
he bites
into the mixed nuts. And he's like, she's like, it's better if you eat what's inside. He's like, the can's not the treat, because it's like it's so like as an adult, like the stupid thing, like ghost will eat anything just because they will, because they're stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's funny.
Yeah.
I once fed a goat like 30 napkins, one at a time by hand at a fair.
I can see Roger doing that too.
Yes.
As Roger's eating his crunch wrap. It's. It's the little things, and of the things that you're talking about, I think Moto was my favorite character because Moto is always doing something. The lizard always doing something in the background, and he's like always looking devious, and then he's silly, and then it's just that guy really got me. But all those little like funny things, I was always looking at Moto every time he was on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had that, but
yeah.
that was pretty funny to me. Like when the team is like broken up for that brief montage, and they open the door and he's just going in a circle on the floor with a sad face. And that just to me is like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
They did a lot of really cool things with, I guess they did a lot of cool things with the characters and who they are, and it's just playing on your expectations of what you want that character to do, and what they're doing is kind of a thing too. And I found that interesting as well. I found the two baby rhinos to be quite funny.
Yeah, but aren't they every other like sadistic kid and everything?
Sure,
seen,
but they're also funny. I mean,
it is. But I think that as
but they're tropes.
Yeah, but it's so safe.
Well, they're funny for kids.
They are. Well, I mean, the thing that we heard about most from adults in Mario was Luma, the star that the suicidal star or whatever people were making fun of.
Black void of space.
Yeah, my heart.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Exactly right. It's like the Rhino Kid characters. That's all they are, and they are funny. You do laugh at them, you know what I mean. But it's just like at the same time, it's like I've seen this before, though, kind of deal. So,
but it doesn't mean you can't make that funny sometime, though.
No, it is, but it's funny in a cheap, easy, and safe way. I can't help but notice that. At this point, like it's not my fault that Sony did this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like it is what it is, right?
I think that they put too much effort into building the Roarball world and not building a better story.
Maybe, yeah, you could be. But I mean,
it's not
maybe needed, right?
Negative.
Yeah.
But like the better part is like why Roarball is what it is, and the story we get it's just not super strong. And again, though, I don't think it really matters here. It's fine.
Yeah,
and it'll never be more than fine.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's amazing how that word just keeps going.
Sure. I mean, I didn't really have any real problems with it though, Chris, like you did. I mean, it's maybe I just find it less egregious in an animated film.
I wouldn't even argue that Chris's problems are super like egregious either.
No.
Again, it's just not a super strong movie, and I can't make an argument that it is. I just don't care about it as much. That's all.
Which is fair.
Yeah. I'm not trying to change Chris's mind here.
I could be curmudgeon about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, it's totally okay to feel that way.
As a resident curmudgeon, I am usually that guy. So,
because honestly, it's got like an 80 or something on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got like you said a 60 on Metacritic. I know that. So it's like. Do I feel like this is a 60 though? I don't think so. Like personally, I feel like this is less than that. I don't know why this thing is catching. I'm fine being the guy that's wrong though. You know what I mean?
You're not necessarily wrong either.
Yeah.
It's just the thing is we've seen them do better stuff than this.
Yeah.
We know that they can do better stuff than this.
Maybe that's what it is.
So maybe we hold that against them here. And well, technically, we're not supposed to compare movies directly against each other. We do that every day.
Oh
yeah. Every minute of every day here. So, but yeah, I mean, if I hadn't seen this movie and somebody would explain to me, I'd probably look at him like, "What the fuck?" Are you
what are you watching?
Like I wouldn't. I can't say, but like, if you see the trailer, the trailer shows you everything you need to know about this movie.
Yeah,
right? For better or for worse, and the trailer's a fine trailer.
It is. It's fine.
But like, if you watch that trailer and you go in thinking you're going to see some like excellent caliber, deep, penetrating, familiar story, you don't get that here.
Yeah,
you get a basketball story, a Roarball story, about a town trying to save the basketball team, and it's okay.
And like even that's like at the very end of the movie, they happen to say like, "Hey, by the way, I own the team." Like, oh, all right, cool. Because like days ago, but fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was on a Coke binge and won this in a gambling. Hell yeah, middle
And he's
European guy.
gambling. I like he's gambling, but there's some Uno cards on the table. There's
Yeah.
there's like a penny or a coin or something. Isn't that the thing? Like the
You
reverse
can't go
card?
all in it. You can't go all in a Uno. You can't. It's fine. Like,
But isn't that the thing? Like
Maybe
the
it's art. Just
but
fucking
isn't the
make it
thing
up as you
like
go.
the Uno reverse? Isn't that being a thing on social media now? Like that's a
oh yeah.
reverse. You know, like
Yeah.
Anything you do, we just throw the reverse back. Boom, what's up?
Yep.
Yeah. It's like the hand of God. Trap, you've activated my trap card.
oh
Very
my.
complete trap
A
card.
large portion of the audience doesn't understand that reference
That's-
either. It is what
That's
it
on
is.
them. That's on them.
Is it though? Is it like? Let's be honest.
Listen, you want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh for a while?
I don't. I
Buddy,
do it.
I
I
am
know.
ready to go.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I am ready.
Nope. So did the story? At least this few elements of story? Did you guys appreciate those at least with Will and the diner and the mom and the memories and?
I think they're fine. I think that again, like I didn't feel anything for him about his mom because we don't spend any time there.
We
You know what I
don't
mean?
get to see. We don't get to see the bad either.
Yeah.
Like we get to see, like she took him to the game.
Yeah.
And he was having a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, then we teleport and his mom's dead.
Yeah,
But they're like,
I mean,
"It's
Will's
dead."
Will's circumstances, I understand, are not great. Like, I understand that as a viewer, but like, I've only seen Will have like an extended family who cares about him, has friends that give a shit about him,
a job.
has a job, is really good at the thing he's been training for his whole life, and then he lands a spot on the team. Will ain't doing bad. You know what I mean? Like I never felt for Will in that way. I felt for Will that he that he wasn't getting the chance after proving himself. Also, why doesn't Jet and Will just shoot from half court the whole time they play this game? Because Jet obviously can shoot. I think that's another thing. Like the
Jet can dunk too, though.
it's true, but like the movie forgets like that it's kind of messing with its own story. It has a scene with Will and Jet shooting from all over the court and sinking baskets when they play the game, they don't do that. It's like, why? You know what I mean?
All that whole scene is a throwback to the iconic McDonald's Larry Bird.
Oh,
Michael
no, you're
Jordan,
right.
Michael Jordan
Yeah.
special.
Yeah,
That's
you're
all that is. Because here's the thing. If Jet really wanted to win, she's like, I'm going to dunk the ball from the foul line, goat boy. What's up?
Oh boy.
I did laugh so hard at the very end when they're all doing the bad thing, and Jet's face looks like a block. I laughed way too hard at that, and it was so good. But that was the only time I really saw the Mitchells and the Machines through this movie.
One of the few
was,
times.
Yeah, it was like that comedy because it was like when the dad used to do the whole the monkey thing, again. Comedy gold in an animated movie, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, it's like the Furby part in Mitchell's vs. Machines is what stands out when you remember the dark Furby. You remember that one, and
Oh, yeah.
it's like it's. I don't think we had anything like that in this, and we needed something like a reoccurring thing like that over and over again. That was like laugh out
This
loud.
movie
fun.
What
moves-
position do you think Furby would play at Roarball?
All of them.
I mean, if it's a giant Furby, he's the rhino, right? He's got the same job. He's like the grizzly bear.
How
He's like
big
the polar
does
bear.
Furby have to be to be considered giant?
The
sized?
dark Furby from Mitchell's Machines
Okay.
is the direct example I'm
yeah,
using
okay.
here. Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to.
No, I get you. Fair question.
Furby. That one.
Yeah.
It's like
We with fire.
we never had that moment though. We never had that like laugh out loud
Well,
moment.
I think that this movie is moving really fast, and because of that, we don't have time for those things. This movie is just moving, and I respect that. And maybe it's why we can't get a deep story because again, it's like an hour 40,
Yep.
and this movie's just go in the whole time, and it does its job of delivering us a full movie. It's just not that deep, you know what I mean? But it's cool. It's cool to see on screen. So good for them. They accomplished what I think they were going for, which was a fast-paced movie with some cool visuals that hit theaters that people are we got what like $100 million worldwide.
It's
They're doing all right.
movie in America this week.
17 million domestic is not a big showing though domestic, but
Still.
it's got a good worldwide
Hey,
number.
still number one.
The world likes
It's like 107 worldwide.
Imagine it gets like Zootopia 2 like split
Just
and it
nice.
just keeps going and it's like it'll be like $500,000.
No.
I'd be surprised.
There wouldn't. I mean, this movie won't do that well. We all know why, but it just won't. But it's.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting enough premise and how they executed on it, and the animated style. That to me, I think. What's that?
It looks good.
I mean, that's what people are going to remember is how good it looks when it comes to an animated movie. And that your kid loved it.
Yeah.
She had a great time with it.
It laughed a lot.
So
It's a win.
if this goes on, you think your daughter would like this if she could sit on the couch and watch it?
Probably not. Well,
Not her thing.
I don't. She didn't care about basketball.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean,
What, rollerball?
your daughter's a little older than
Yeah,
mine, so
She might, but I wouldn't bet on it. But
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, like, look, Chris took his kid. She's happy. Like, that's a win, dude.
agreed.
Because, like, look, I've been to plenty of other movies with my kid. My kid's like, no.
I mean, my kids had to watch Animal Crackers and they hated it. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
My kids hate nothing and they hated Animal Crackers.
My kids hate nothing.
My movie stinks.
It
So
does.
You may
Yeah,
have talked about that in a previous venture.
That's
May
not
have.
a good one. That's not a good one, folks.
I didn't watch that movie by choice, if that's what you're implying.
All right, final thoughts. Final thoughts. Let's talk
Final
about final
thoughts. I'll
thoughts.
go first. This movie is okay. This movie's fine. This movie's never better than fine. This movie, it's flashy when it needs to be, and goddamn, it holds the attention of an almost 8-year-old so well. And I laughed. It's fine.
It's fine. It's weird. It
Well,
just keeps coming up.
I liked it. I thought it had some. I thought it had a lot of likability to it, and I think that's important. Sometimes we say that fun matters in like rated R comedies and silly movies. Fun matters. I think if a movie moves fast enough and you're entertained and it's fun to look at, it's a win for a lot of people. And for me, I thought it was fun.
Cool.
I don't think it's going to contend for like best animated, but
No.
it certainly made me laugh a few times. Like the can's not the treat because it's a goat and goats eat cans, but
Yeah.
that was funny to me. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I will enjoy. I think a repeat viewing. I think one day when it comes on Netflix.
100% this goes to Netflix, so
Oh, yeah.
it'll be great
Yeah.
in a couple months.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
thank you, gentlemen, for joining me for
Yeah.
talking
Bring us
about
home,
goat.
brother.
What?
So bring us home, brother.
Brother,
Goat. It's the goat.
he's the goat. That does it for us on episode 70 of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. If you listen to this episode on an audio-only format, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Podbean, feel free to head over to YouTube. Check us out there. You can see our handsome mugs, Grayson, Roger, and Chris. Turn us on while you're doing work, whatever it is that you do. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much for doing it. That helps us so much. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week and later this week when we talk about a very family-friendly, uplifting movie of Hamnet.
Sometimes we're funny.
Sometimes. Shout out to David and Mackenzie's mom.
Hey-o.